gravitational waves. The theory of relativity is a single, all-encompassing theory of space-time, gravitation, and mechanics. It is popularly viewed, however, as having two separate, independent theoretical parts, special relativity and general relativity. One reason for this division is that Einstein.
What's up, everybody? It is week 16 of 2018, and as you've probably noticed, it is definitely time for a pro cut. Although it's not very pro anymore since it's me doing it myself, but I do like that a lot because the clippers cost about the price of one haircut, and I've gotten approximately 3 years of haircuts now out of my clippers. Yeah, it's a great thing to be able to do it yourself. Saturday's workout this week went pretty well, although I was slightly off kilter because I had a puzzle in my head. I don't know if you guys know, I am somewhat of a puzzle fiend and had a pretty good one that I was still trying to solve in my head, and thus I ended up misloading the bar on the bench. I was actually scheduled to do 165 because I had already done 160 last Wednesday for 3x10, and I didn't even realize it until after the second set of this was done. So yeah, but hey, at least I solved the puzzle. It involved a deck of cards, and red cards were telling lies and black cards were telling truths, and you had to figure out who was who by certain statements. It was pretty fun, and I got it. Yeah. And you know what else I got? 360 on Sunday. This went really well, especially considering on Saturday I do some decent squat volume. I do my 3x5 high bar, and then come in on Sunday and hit that with pretty much no problem. I'm definitely liking that. That definitely implies that my max is somewhere around 400 right now, and yeah, good stuff. And something I wanted to mention to you guys is that my headache management has been going quite well. Have not had any serious problems since that initial incident a couple weeks ago on the hyperspeed deadlifts. Basically, I realized that super high rep with very little rest work, like the hyperspeed deadlifts, is what really triggers it. So I'm avoiding that. And so on Monday and Thursday deadlifts, which used to be hyperspeed deadlifts, I'm taking maybe like 20 to 30 seconds between sets instead of just enough time to change the weights, and that has pretty much kept the headaches from coming back. Yeah. Switching topics here, I started looking this week at the game plan for the next fat loss diet. Most likely that is not going to commence until 2019, although that is subject to change. I will keep you guys posted as usual. But what I'm looking at is doing a 2 weeks on, 1 week off protocol. I saw a study that showed better lean mass retention and better fat loss per week dieted than, say, going straight through the diet always in a deficit. So I'm thinking about doing 2 weeks in a deficit, 1 week at maintenance throughout the entire diet. And one thing I've started to do in order to prepare for that is to start taking my waist measurements again, and then using the US Navy body fat calculator to calculate my body fat percentage. And right now, that calculation puts me at just under 15% body fat, so basically carrying about 20 pounds of blubber. And I will be looking to cut down to the mid to low 130s in the next diet phase. And oh, by the way, it's hump day! Oh, yeah! Anyway, I actually filmed for Tuesday the bench work just in case the Wednesday bench work did not go well, but spoiler alert, it did go well. However, Tuesday's bench work was so difficult, the last 2 reps of the final set were really iffy, that on Wednesday I upped the rest period to 3 minutes between sets instead of 2 minutes so that I could make sure I could get the work in. And speaking of bench, I'm starting to wonder if the new bench style I'm using to avoid my bicep injury is now causing a tricep issue, because I'm starting to have some trouble on that side of the same elbow. It's like, that's always the case, right? You modify something because you're hurt, and then that modification ends up causing another problem. It's like, come on, man. But anyway, it's either the bench itself or a combination of the bench and the crazy overhead French pressing I'm doing for my triceps. I've actually been doing like 2 sets of 20 on Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday workouts, and I may have to cut that back a little bit. But anyway, I was psyched to get 3 sets of 10 with 180 here, because my goal is to get 185 for 3 sets of 10, although it looks like it's going to be with 3 minutes between sets and not 2, like I mentioned earlier. And last clip of the week, 190 on the incline. This moved quite well, so I am pleased with that. And the week 16 volume update, yeah, basically a good week with 175,000 total pounds. And 2018 goals update screen, yeah, still injured and possibly getting worse. Wonderful. But anyway, we just passed 4,000 chin-ups for the 12K chin-up challenge. And on the 8 million pounds challenge, we're currently at 2.57 million. And last but not least, the diet data screen. Yeah, big jump on the scale this week. However, that is most likely due to a big dose of prednisone in my system this week. Causes you to hold a lot of water. But anyway, I would expect that to come back down next week. And speaking of next week, short video because I am traveling. And then probably the week after that, no video, again, due to traveling. So I will see you next time. Bye.